Subscribe to Diazonic Labs and click on bell icon to get latest updates. Hello people, welcome back. This is Z from Diazonic Labs, and in today's episode we'll be learning about referencing and various references in Excel like relative reference, absolute reference, mixed reference. So as we know in Excel, each spreadsheet is divided into various little elements called as cells. So each cell is referenced by its row number and column number. So column number at the first and row number. So if I just hover over this in the top left corner here, you'll see it shows E2. So that means it's in column E and row 2, right? So these things are rows wherein it's starting from 1 and going up to the last number, and here the columns are alphabetically named, and the rows are numerically named, right? So any cell will have a unique reference. So for example, this is D3, this is F4. So similarly, every cell in Excel will have a reference. Now if I just want to use the reference of these any of these cells and represent the value, say for example, I want this particular value, whatever is written in this value, to be coming up here, all we have to do is we just have to type in equals to and just click on this particular cell reference. So it is A2. If I want this 2 number to come up, so I can just type in A2 and hit enter. So whatever is the value in this particular cell would come up here. So this is the basic concept of referencing. If I want to do it another way, I could just type in equals to and select whatever the value, and I'll get this. So now if I change anything here, the value will change here as well. So that's the power of cell referencing, wherein whatever is the value of that cell will be referenced onto this when you just use an equal to. So this is how cell referencing would work. Now in Excel there are multiple ways wherein we could use the cell referencing. So we might know about fill handling. So when we use the fill handle, that's when the referencing slightly becomes complicated. So we'll understand and see what can be done. So we'll go into relative referencing. So this is one particular example set which I've taken, wherein we have a commodity, we have the total cost price of that particular commodity, the total selling price, and there is a profit. So we know that the formula for profit is selling price minus cost price. So that would give us the profit. So we will try and perform the steps and check. So we'll just write in the formula. So equals to, I will use this particular thing. C3 is my selling price minus B3 is my cost price. Okay, and I'll hit enter. I'm getting the profit. All right. Now with fill handles, if you see this particular simple, so we'll use this and we'll drag this down, and we'll see that the formulas will get copied. So I'll just show you how to get the formulas. I just click on formula, and you should have show formulas. So it will show all the formulas which are there on the cell. So if you see this is the formula C3 minus B3, and you'll see the reference thing being highlighted. Now if I check on this, so it is relatively changing. When I go down, it is relatively changing the formula. So even though I just put the formula for this, when I use this down handle, fill handle, and dragged it down, it is automatically checking the formula for the other cells as well. So that's how it's proceeding. So this is called relative referencing. So that means the reference is relative to which cell we go down to or which cell we go up to. All right. So that's called relative referencing, wherein with the movement of the cell down, the reference also changes. Right. So this was the primary reference, wherein these particular columns were there. The third row was reference. When I moved down using the fill handle, the references also moved down, and this is the default referencing value in Excel, wherein by default the references go down. So this is called as relative referencing, right? I'll just click on show formulas again, so that the formulas are gone, so that we get the answer. So this is very handy tool. Just click on formulas and show formulas. This is just for you to show the formulas. So you could do those, or you could just click on F2, and that will also show the formula, right? So yeah, okay, all right. So we will go ahead and we'll just go into the next set, which is absolute referencing, right? So okay, in absolute referencing, we have a specific example here which we'll use to understand. So in here we have employees and the total sales of those employees, I mean sales performed by these employees, and there is some target which they have to reach. Okay, so this particular employee Jacob has achieved 35 million. The target is 50 million. So Noah has achieved 25 million. So right, we need to calculate the percentage of the target achieved. All right, so we'll use the formula percentage of target as the total sales by the target. So that would give us the percentage. So I'll just use equals to. So this is the total sales divided by, and I'm going to take the target and I'm going to hit enter. So I'm getting it as zero point 0.7. Now if I drag this down just like we did before, I should get some value. But here I'm getting some error. So div by 0 is, that means it is dividing by 0. Let's go ahead and let's use the show formula option under formulas. Click on show formula and this will tell us. Okay, so if you see this, this is B3, this is B3 and F3. Okay, now if I go down, this is showing B4 by F4. But here the F4 value is 0. That's the reason we got the divide by 0 error. Now to change this, we don't want this to happen this way, right? So we don't want this. We want this particular thing to be logged on this particular cell here, F3, right? So how do we do that? That's when absolute referencing comes into picture. All right, so I'll go back here. Okay, and when I'm writing the formula, what I could do is I could just select this in F. I could just add a dollar sign. Okay, I will just add a dollar sign here and dollar sign here. So this will log the reference and hit enter. Now, if I drag this down, we'll see that the reference is locked. So the dollar indicates that reference is locked. Okay, I will go into detail about what dollar, why there are $2 and everything. Okay, so if you see this now for the formula, it's showing correctly. So this is B3 by F3 and F3 is locked. So if I go down here, so this is B4 by F3 again, because F3 is locked, it is at the constant space. And similarly here, B5 by F3. Okay, so everywhere the F3 value is locked. So this is called an absolute referencing. So the way I'll just remove the show formula so that we know, and it's coming, it's giving us the proper answer here. So if you see 25 by 50 is zero point 0.5, right? So that's half. So 50 by 50 is 1. So I'm getting the correct answer. Right. So once again, I'll just double click on the formula. So absolute referencing is wherein we are locking the reference. So no matter where we move inside the cell, the formula for this particular reference, if we use the fill handle and drag it anywhere, will be locked at this particular point. So that's absolute referencing, right? I will go into the next thing, which is called mixed referencing. So mixed referencing is slightly more what you call complex, and we don't use it that often. Okay, we generally use the relative reference and absolute reference whenever we need to log. Mixed reference is wherein we need to log only the column part or only the row part and allow the other part to work. Okay, so I'm going to use a simple multiplication table and create a multiplication table and understand, right? So we'll start from the table of 1 and we'll go up to 15. Okay, so the formula is very simple for the table. So it will be A4, so that's 2, into, so that's asterisk sign, and this is B3, right? And I hit enter, I'll get 4, right? So I'm going to drag this down and I should get the answer. But if you see, the answers are not correct. You see the values are slightly increasing and increasing, right? So if you see this, 2 into 2 is 4. So 3 into 2 or 2 into 2 is 4. 2 into 3 should be 6. Okay, let's go into the formulas and check what's happening, right? So if I use 2 into 2, so that's 2 and 2. Okay, just look at the referenced values. Okay, now if you see this, so it is 2 into this particular value, which was already listed as 4. That's the reason we're getting this. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to lock this particular thing. We need to lock 2, right? So that's how we learned, right? Shortcut for locking. I don't think I told you about the shortcut for locking. I told you about inserting dollars. So you can just use F4. F4 will automatically lock. So you just need to hold it, hold the either highlight the cell reference which you want to lock, or move the mouse cursor on it, click on it once, and you can lock it, right? Now I'll hit enter and let's check. Okay, I'm gonna click on show formulas again. Okay, so it hasn't changed because I haven't dragged this down. So I'm going to drag it down now and let's see. So now if you see, the values are all fine. So it's 2 into 3 is 6, 2 into 4 is 8, and so on. It looks fine, right? So what I did, I used the absolute reference value. I'll just use F2 to edit this and show. So I used the absolute reference value and logged this particular thing, whichever is on top, I logged it so that whenever there is a multiplication happening, you can just check. So if I check this, so this is locked, right? So again, this is locked. Okay, so the two at top is locked. So this is showing us fine. Okay, now I could just use the absolute reference and do the same thing again. So like I could use this into into, and I could use this and I could log this particular reference and use this. Okay, but this is counterproductive. I don't want to type it multiple times for 15 times till we get 15. So I'm just going to delete this. What I want to do instead is when I drag it to the right, I want it to display the values which is there. Understanding? So when we drag it to the right, I want it to show the values similar to this. Okay. So let's see. So this is 2 into 2 is 4. It's fine. So 3 into 2 is not getting this the correct answers. If I see this, you see that it's showing this and it's multiplying it by this thing. I want it to multiply by this value and this value. So I don't want it to, and because this is locked, if you see this, every time it's showing 2 and this. Okay, so this is not the way I want it. So what I could do is I could go into the mixed reference formulas here. So let's go and edit the first formula itself because that's when we'll understand. So I'll remove the dollar signs. Okay, and I'll do this from start. Okay, so I'll show you what needs to be done. So when we are going down, okay, I want the value of A to remain constant. I don't want the column to change. I want it to change only the row numbers when we are going down, right? So that's where I will be locking my value here. So I'll put a dollar just before A. I will not put a dollar before 4. Okay, I'll just put a dollar before A. Okay, and let's check first, see if I put this, I'm getting the correct value or not. I am not getting the value correctly. So that means this is not done properly, right? Because we need to lock the other side here. And here I want it to lock the right side value. Okay, so here what we'll do is we will put a dollar in front of number 3. I don't want the value to change when I move right side. So when I move right side, I want the value to come up properly, and when I move down, I want the value to come up properly as well. All right, I'll use this, drag this down and check. Now if you see the value is correct, so I'll explain the value again. So here I'm saying the value A, the first thing which is A4, this is my A4. So I want to lock the A value. I don't want it to change. When I move the right side, it should still be A4. Okay, so this particular thing is being locked. And when I move down, this value needs to start changing, right? So that's for the first part. And the second part, I'm saying this particular thing, which is B3. So I want the B to change when I move right. And when I go down, I don't want B to change. I want this to remain constant. So that way, when I multiply, when I go down, so it will be 3 into 2. It will be 4 into 2 on this cell, 5 into 2. Okay, and when I move right, it will be 2 into 2. This will when I move right, this will remain constant and this will change, right? So it will be 2 into 2, 3 into 2, so something like that. Okay, so this seems to be giving us the correct answer. If I drag this down, I'm getting the correct answer, and if I drag this right, I'm getting the correct answer. Okay, so now I could use this and I could drag this everywhere. I can just double click on this and I'll get the values. If I just double click, it will go and autofill everything. So I need to have this particular symbol and double click. Right? I know mixed referencing can be slightly tedious to understand. So what I would want you to do is go back onto the video, pause, understand and check and practice for yourself. Once you practice a couple of times, you should be able to see. All right, I think the answer should be fine. So let's check the last answer. 15 square, 15 into 15 is 225. So should be all right. All right, so that's where we'll stop. Thank you for watching.
Please do like this video and share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tutorials.